expresses it musically himself.
Turn your digital devices on. Tune into the trendiest team in town. Bringing you music, great guests, hot topics, and lifestyle views that's going on now. It's the Miss O Show, O Show. It's the Miss O Show, O Show. It's the Miss O Show, O Show. It's the Miss O Show. We're about to get this poppin' now. O Show.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Miss O Show.
Why does it seem like it's been so long?
Because
It's
we're
been a few weeks. A lot of weeks.
Radio Pass,
We got
Mr.
aliens coming through the place.
We got a lot going on, but you know what? It is all good.
That's right. That's right.
Because we're going to make it do what it do.
Yes,
We
out
brought
here.
the spirits in here. Hopefully some good spirits in here.
Oh, wait a minute.
You know
We
what
don't
I'm saying?
need that. Like,
That's what the sound effects are for.
Yeah.
That's what the sound effects is for. Came in here for some good juju, right?
That's what it is. Some good
Yeah.
juju. That's exactly what it is. So how is everyone doing? Oh, my God. So it's been 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Has it?
I think so.
Say like 4.
It
Maybe
might
like
too.
3.
No, it
Nah,
definitely wasn't
definitely
two.
wasn't
It was
Yeah.
whether 3. I don't think it was 4, but
It wasn't
it's-
a
I
4,
think it was
but I
3.
thought
I
it was
definitely
2.
think it was 3.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, shoot.
Been a
Time
long
is
damn
just
time.
doing what it do.
It's like a month.
I know, I
A
know.
month.
Oh my God, but I missed you guys.
Yes,
I'm so
indeed.
happy
Yes,
to be
indeed.
here. How is
Yes.
everyone doing?
Yeah, good. You don't want to do your affirmation? I asked you.
Yes, we gonna do it. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. I'm just so happy to see y'all. So I'm
know.
just kind of like
Trying to
taking it
jump right on
slow. Then they're like, listen, we got a format. Okay, what you doing?
we got a
What you
routine.
doing? We got a
Right.
routine. Get it
She's
together.
working off memory though. She's working off memory.
Yes. So, of course, if you are newly tuning into the Miss O Show, we thank you and we
Mhm.
welcome you to the Miss O Show. And of course, if you have been joining us before, we thank you.
Yes.
For coming
appreciate
back.
you.
Coming back.
Appreciate you. We hope you brought some new people, some cousins, some aunts, some
That's
you know
right.
nephews, and all that good stuff. But we always like to start our show off with a show affirmation. Because do we have a
I'm
show
just happy.
affirmation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
All right,
look,
all right.
that's the one thing I got today. You will not take this from me.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like,
And I will do it to my best ability.
I had to look. I'm like, wait, do it.
She's working off memory right now.
Listen, as we said, we got some technical difficulties, but we
Yes.
still gonna bring you that
I'm
show.
prepared
Affirmation.
for this. This I got you.
That's right.
All right.
know.
I'm going to bring it together. I'm going to dig deep and I'm going to say it with everything in my soul. Okay.
They got to
We
clear my
ready.
You
throat.
were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?
Nice.
That's deep.
Repeat.
That is
Yes.
deep.
You were.
Can we get a,
I was ahead of time.
repeat?
Sorry. You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life?
I love that.
That's dope
Yes.
shit.
So does that mean we're supposed to fly through life?
Yes, because you are limitless.
Huh? Limitless. Okay.
Mhm.
But we don't necessarily have to fly through it going fast. It just means that
You just have
we
to
don't
float.
We just have
Yeah.
to
Yeah, you
float
gotta
and
float
glide
and let the
Right,
wind
right.
take you under
and
your
be
wings.
open
and-
to wherever it takes
There
you.
you go.
Exactly.
There you go. See?
And I think that's the
Right way
biggest
to
thing.
do
You
it.
know why? Because we talked about this before. We always get in our way. You know,
Mhm.
like if we just remain open to wherever life takes us,
Mhm.
like it's all divine order.
It is.
All of it.
And that's
written.
exactly what that means.
Yes,
You
indeed.
gotta be, you gotta do that run and start, And sometimes the crawling part is the run and start.
Yes.
Then you gotta let the wind of life pick you up, and you have to soar. You can't just,
Yeah.
can't play it safe and crawl through life and take
Nah.
you can take your time when necessary. However,
Yeah.
if the wind is, if it makes you go in the air, you go.
Because there's
Right,
some
don't fight
points
it.
of our lives where, the wind will take us and we'll be rolling. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Right,
And then we
yeah.
have some slower moments
need
of
to
our
slow
lives
down.
when you need to
Yeah.
slow down. And you have to listen to that too. And a lot
You
of
do.
times we don't because we're kind of like, I don't want to sit still. I
Right.
want to,
That's
I'm
me.
I'm in the
Do this, I
mood.
wanna
That's
see
me.
this, I
And
wanna
then
do
That's me
that.
all the
When the
Sit
body
still.
says it's time to
Right.
chill.
It's time to
So
chill.
she just gonna read.
You
me.
Time
gotta
to
listen.
chill.
She just gonna start the show with reading my life. As we start the beginning, what you do? Nothing.
Oh my
Lord
goodness.
have mercy.
So shout out to Sudan. He is our photographer. Hopefully he'll be in the studio tonight and he won't be snoring in the corner
That's
Right.
what that man
because he is always the
He is
background
notorious.
music. Okay.
Yes.
He is the
Notorious for
background music with his snoring.
Yes.
Make sure that you give him a call, 703-864-2468 to get your shots done. He does it all. Those divorce parties, those BBL parties, you know.
BBL. You know, I want to go. You always make it sound. You make it sound so entertaining.
I'm just saying, BBL parties, baby.
Sounds like a good
show
time.
off your good results.
There you go.
Twerk contest.
The before and after.
I need some shots of my good results,
go.
okay? So make sure you hit up Sudan. He gonna take care. You can get all angles and shit. He get on
Maybe
the
I'll hold the
ground.
lights for him. I can hold the lights for him.
Of course.
We know
would.
you want to be present.
You just want to be involved.
And shout out to our listeners on Facebook and wherever else you're listening. If you're listening on Facebook, and of course, we love to see you chime in the comment section. We're always reading all of the comments on air. We love for you guys to be interactive. Also, you can call us. 301-232
5700.
5700. And we have a great show for you guys tonight. Before we get into that, we want to talk about these weekends plus weekends.
We got a long. It's gonna be 40 minutes.
I don't even know if I remember everything I did.
That's gonna be a 40-minute situation. We was just talking about that. I was like, you remember, he was like, I should start writing this down
because normally I do. Like, I'll put it in the format of my portion of the format so I can remember. But damn, that's gonna be like, I do.
That's what I said.
Listen, because I'll be like, I don't even remember and that's normally like for a week. We got like a good 3 weeks.
That's damn near a month.
So we're gonna start with you.
Oh hell!
Look, because he got the most interesting stuff.
You good? We gonna start with you.
I haven't really been doing too much. My son plays basketball, still playing basketball. My daughter's just started track, so track meets and basketball games take up all Saturday.
You being Papa?
Yeah, you know, got to. So
are they good? How are they good?
Oh yeah, they good.
That's what's up.
He ain't gonna say no.
Yeah, no, they good. They even got 2 honor roll students as well.
Okay, kids.
Yeah,
Where the titty at? We got it.
there
we go. He hogging it.
You know what I'm saying? So, but outside of that, catching up with friends and family. You know, same old same. I went to church yesterday.
Oh, is that why we got?
That's why he all calm and shit. He done found his zen and his Jesus juice.
He ain't want to do the welcome back like he
did it.
Like, welcome back.
I was in the choir a little bit in the back.
Welcome back.
Look, he's in post Jesus meeting mode.
That's what it is.
That's what I call church, Jesus meetings.
Sure, it was a great meeting too. Did that. Went out to brunch with some friends, celebrate my man Corey's birthday. Big up, Corey.
Happy belated birthday, Corey.
Right. And let's see.
Didn't you have a situation with your leg, knee?
Oh,
kneecap,
yes. So I was.
He just gonna skip past
Easter.
that.
That was Easter. So Easter playing ball with the boys, and I just stepped wrong, twist my ankle. I was like, I cannot believe this, but I kept playing, which I probably shouldn't have.
That's where you messed up, probably.
Yeah, but I was back on my feet. I had a shoe back on my foot in maybe about 3 or 4 days. So,
no, that's not bad.
That was that. And then last night, coming home, about to get out the car, open up the door. A hit and run just took the door.
So you opened up the door and
Look, he was on it.
That's how I felt.
He was on it. That's your dad. I'm like, wait a minute. Shout out to our dad. He was on engineer, it. Ryan. He allows me on it.
So,
but I know. Oh my God. Well, thank goodness you didn't end up like the 5 heartbeats, because no, it wasn't the 5 heart. Yeah, it was the 5 heartbeats, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember, but
you remember because like he got. Like when he opened the door and they hit the door, but they also hit him too.
That's what lucky, because if it would have been on
that's what I'm saying. Because
seconds later, you would have been in front of that door.
It's like
I was about to step out. You know,
damn.
I was about to.
I know that scared the hell out of you.
I think I was grabbing my phone or something, which kept me in the car just a little while longer.
And that was yesterday.
Last night. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, thank God. Listen, I mean, I know that's horrible because you had a situation with your car before. So you got that back and now this happened. Yeah. But, you know,
he didn't even get it back.
Thank God you did.
That was his rental.
Step out.
Oh, wait, that was the rental?
Huh?
Yeah, it was his rental.
The joint.
Right.
Yeah,
she tried to give you a silver lining. Look, your silver lining, little digigray.
It's been an interesting few weeks, that's for sure.
Well, thank God that you were okay and that you didn't get injured from that, because you know that would have been
bad.
Right.
Not so good there.
I was covered.
Period.
Not the blink of
That's because you went to that Jesus meeting. Jesus was like, all right, man, let me quit playing. I'll do you a solid. Go ahead, sit back. I'm going to scare you a little bit. Bet you come back.
Just to let you know, goddamn. Hell yeah.
You can't say that after talking about
Theory, though. Oh my God. I don't even know what he said. I think I missed it. And I don't know if I want to repeat.
All you need to know is he needed to attend another Jesus meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder how long
He need a re-up.
I guess it don't last too long.
He need to go to remedial Jesus training.
It wears out real quick.
Well, don't say it was us, okay? Because we ain't been here that long. So don't be trying to put it on us Leos, okay?
Oh, Lord.
Because we
might
ain't
be.
do it. Shout out, Whipple. What's good, Whipple? What's good? What's up? We see you in the comments, Whipple. So I know there are some people that are tuning in to the show and they are used to tuning in. Some of you guys are used to tuning in through the app. And I know when you go to the app, it's saying that it's not there. The network is working on a new app with a new company, so that's why you're not seeing the app. However, as of now, you can just still check us out on Facebook Live. Also, ripradionetwork.com, like back in the day, the old way, you can still check us out there. And when we put up the flyers, we put all of the different other places that you can check us out as well, like the Apple TV, Spotify, all that good stuff.
Yeah, everything.
All
iHeartRadio,
that.
all that stuff.
All that good stuff.
No excuse, people.
But of course, you know, Facebook Live, if you are on Facebook, it's one of the easiest way until we get the app back up. So shout out to Whipple and thank you for tuning in with us. So Nina, I'm going last because I got fit. I don't even remember.
You got a whole. She about to
pull.
She about to pull out a whole scroll.
No, I'm not because I swear I really do not remember.
I don't remember either. So I know. What are we going back to? Easter? Was it Easter?
No,
before Easter.
Yeah,
Well, I can tell you that.
Just...
Okay, before that, I didn't do nothing. I can tell you that. So Easter, that was during we had an Easter egg hunt.
Oh,
an adult
Easter
egg
hunt. An adult.
Yes.
So what did you get in the Easter eggs? Was it like some
little
condoms, little mini?
I made cocktails.
Okay.
And so you had little 8-ounce cocktails in some of them. So basically we had different eggs and you could put whatever was in the egg, it was like a note and you could see what you could get, or it was just candy.
Oh, that's neat.
So we had that. We had some other adult eatables.
Oh,
we call it eatables. And they had like some bonus prizes. Some there's like you can just get like actual little small prizes. So we just had an impromptu
That's really fun
thing. And yeah, we had a little munchies, table. They could have some munchies and just chill. Everybody was sitting around the fire pit. It was a whole vibe. It was just something that I've been talking trash about doing. Somehow I'm getting sucked back into event planning. I left that life and it's bringing me back. Look
there
at
coming here with this, making his presence known.
Right.
Sudan, the man is in the building.
Yeah.
Hopefully he got some sleep, so we will not hear his music in the background.
Look, that's your hint.
So we won't hear his music in the background. He be back there singing, boy.
Well, he like, dang, I just came in the door.
Right.
We missed you. We got Joan on you already. So that was neat.
Yeah, so I did that on Easter, and then I just, did some stuff for my kid on the day of, and then don't remember what I did, and then what did I do? Oh, I had 2 events. Well, Evisha had an event this past weekend at the Pull Up Hop Out thing. Yeah. I didn't go, but I did, help make that happen. So I did all the background work to make sure they were good to go. And then I went to the National Cannabis Festival, which was an entire vibe. It was amazing. Nice. We saw Ghostface Killer, Backyard, Wiz Khalifa. It was everything.
It was in DC?
Yeah, RFK Stadium. It was a whole vibe. I loved it.
I forgot all about it.
Yes, it was so fun. So I did that on this Saturday, and then Sunday we had the events. And then Sunday, I had an event where I had an event for the real estate thing, the Wealth Builders Collective.
Yeah.
We had a meetup where we sat down. It was actually really, really dope because we actually had some really hard, what was usually hard, conversations about healing your relationship with money. Because a lot of times people think of that, they think debt, like paying off debt, when it's way deeper than that. So we had a really good conversation about how, how the psychology of spending, why do we spend, what about us as a race makes us consumers, where's Black ownership. So we all sat down, had some wine and snacks, and we talked about that. And
that's dope.
Yeah, that's all I really did. Other than that, I just was doing freaking homework. The fun life.
The fun life.
That's a good life. That leads to
It
a
is.
better life.
Yes, that's a good thing.
You know, I keep trying to tell myself that.
It
Just ain't
will.
flying.
It definitely will. Listen, so Whipple is going to be he's going to be featured in HBO We Own This City, okay? Coming on tonight at 9 p.m. Then y'all can't go watch it because y'all still going to be watching us, okay?
Exactly.
Look, don't you be trying to leave.
Go ahead do the on-demand thing. On demand.
Yeah, you better DVR it, okay?
But
it's on
shout
HBO.
out to him because that's dope.
But shout out to him because that is major, okay? That is major. We just wanted to definitely give him a big ups for that. So that's HBO. We Own the City, Own This City. Got to check out our dude Whipple. He's gonna be featured in that.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I swear I really do not remember. Like I know I probably went to a happy hour or 5.
Right.
I know I
Definitely possible.
I know I went to some lounge or something or 2
or 5.
I did go to see my family. Shout out to my mom and my pops and my niece's nephew's sister. I did go to see my family, and that was pretty cool. Yeah.
So
happy hour lounges and family. That's like a good mix.
And my honey. No, I don't. You know, I have to be honest.
Didn't you have a time where I think I remember you saying something about just staying home with him, right?
That's what I was gonna say.
Chilling,
like
yeah.
I literally we've been on some chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, we did do something. Damn it, you know what? I'm gonna say something. I don't give a damn. People, whatever y'all going, I don't care. I normally do not talk a certain way about different establishments, but I remember that I told him that I was gonna say something about this on air whenever we came back. So we did go to visit Air Lounge, Air Restaurant Lounge.
That place. No likey?
No.
Damn, really?
No.
We
you know, and I guess everyone's experience is different based on whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just speaking upon my and our experience. And it just was not, it was literally like one of the worst experiences I have had.
Oh, damn.
And I'm not lying. I'm telling you, like, and our experience should have been really nice because we got a table. Like and that's what it was. Like, you know, he paid $150 deposit before we even got there. And then you think that, you know, okay, well, you're not going to have to stand in a long ass line because you got a table. And no, that's not the case. Had to stand in line, get up to the front part where, you know, you see the receptionist. And let me tell you, she was an asshole. And I'm talking about an asshole. I'm not exaggerating. I'm saying a full-blown asshole. And then we finally get past all the issues we went through with that, and then we were seated, okay, which again, like we paid like $400 for our section, which was like a little table and chairs. You okay? What? And it took us, I can't even remember how long it took us just to get water. I'm not talking about the bottle that we paid for. I'm talking about water.
Right.
So then they were like, we finally got the water. We finally got, you know, the bottle, whatever. And they told us that the food could be included with, don't you think the food should be included within the $400?
Yeah, right.
What?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. So
see.
on top of us paying the $400 for just the bottle, because even our drinks, I don't think our drinks was included either. We just bottle service. We had to pay for food. Okay, so we were like, all right, at this point we pissed off, but we hungry as hell.
Right.
So he wants to order steak. I want to order salmon. They like, no, that's on the late night menu. We don't have that on the late night. We don't have that on late night menu. Guess what was on a late night menu?
So they don't have a separate menu for the late night?
What, wings and shit?
Of course it's wings.
He had wings, and I had chicken tenders and French fries.
Oh, hell no.
It was at this moment he knew.
Listen,
He fucked up.
$400. And when I tell you McDonald's probably had better chicken tenders than
believe
those,
it.
I swear on life they were
because
hard,
they know
were
that's
crusty.
how people too drunk to care. That's what they think.
I went down there.
I was so disappointed. I swear.
It might have been last weekend, but I probably was there for maybe about 30 minutes because the vibe just didn't necessarily sit right. Maybe it's because I was, I might have been already too far gone and just wanted to get home anyway or something. But I ain't really stay there. It didn't keep me. Like I could have went somewhere and the vibe just got me. Oh, you know what? The
You
hell,
gonna
I'm
stay and
I'm
just
gonna
chill,
stay
right?
and party out and shit. But yeah, I was pretty much in and out.
It was
Yeah.
bad. And
I
we
heard
went
the
for a
hookah's good.
friend. Like one of his friends was having a birthday party there. And the friend that was having a birthday party went through the same shit we went through with the tables. Like it was crazy, you know, and when you're spending that, and this is the thing, if you're just going in there, maybe getting a drink, something to eat,
Right.
whatever. When you're spending that type of coin,
Yeah,
you expect a certain level
the service
of
damn right.
service. We had about 5 different bottle girls or waitresses within the night, and none of them knew shit, with the exception of maybe one. It was just, and they kept taking his card for everything, couldn't get his card. It was just bad. So I wrote a review about it. So everything I'm saying, yes, I did write a review about it. But I normally don't, and I normally don't talk about anything. It is a Black establishment. However, that is not an excuse.
Yeah,
It's just
no
not an
bullshit.
excuse. I'm sorry, because $500 is $500.
Yeah, $500.
That's a lot of damn money.
It's a lot
Hell
of
yeah.
money.
That's a
for-
bill.
Look,
No
for
bullshit.
some damn
Exactly.
chicken tenders
Exactly.
and wings and French fries and one. We had like I think we had 2 bottles of
Oh shit!
something, but
Just imagine it would have been like $700 if you would have got the steak and salmon.
and the salmon. I
Yeah.
know, but at least we would have been. And
Yeah.
I might not have been too hungry.
Yeah.
I'm a whole different beast when I'm hungry, and not
Yeah.
like I was
Yeah,
about
you
ready to
gotta
flip
eat,
some
you gotta
tables
eat.
over. But so that was probably like. Yeah, but beyond that, it really was. We just kind of chilled and relaxed and caught up on some quality time.
There you go. It's good shit. Good shit.
Definitely, because you need that. So without further ado, listen, I know you guys are like, all right, we heard it. We ready for y'all to quit rambling on.
They're like, damn your weekend.
We ready. I know y'all ready to talk.
Get
Y'all ready
back.
to hear about this show because listen,
Right.
you know, when we came back, we had to come back with some good stuff, right? So we're gonna be
Mhm.
talking about cancel culture.
Exhausting.
We're gonna be
Maybe.
talking about it. We're gonna talk about, have we stopped having empathy for others? You know,
Mhm.
is cancel culture helping us or is it hurting us? You know, we want to talk about all that. Do we feel like we're too quick to cancel people and don't give them
Mhm.
enough chances?
Mhm.
But the big thing that we want to do is we have special guest Dennis White. Yes, he is director, he's an actor, acting coach, and he is the producer. You will know him from the movie, the B.I.G. Notorious movie. That's where a lot of people know him from. And
I
he's
know
going to be
that.
joining us tonight live at around 9 p.m. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a very quick break. And when we come back, we are going to dive into this topic. And we need you guys, we need all of your feedback
All
on
the
this.
interactions.
Okay, we
Right,
need you to
right.
call. We need you to chime in. So do not go anywhere, guys. You are live on the Miss O Show with Swangin' and
Yeah.
Nina.
Chill.
I'll say. Yeah, I got a picture you doing that too.
Right. Whoa, that was fast. Welcome back.
Is that a remix?
I know.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We back.
You're like,
back.
and go.
We back.
Brian didn't give us some countdown. He was
Right.
like, listen, go.
Brian
Brian was like, go.
Right. I'm over here working. Just go right real quick. Welcome back to Miss O Show, everyone.
Yes. We are back. Listen, so we are having some technical difficulties.
All the way around.
It is what it is, but we still gonna give you an amazing show.
Absolutely.
So just work with us. If some shit's cut off, if something flip off, like if it goes black, can't hear the music. If you like whatever, just understand.
Right. Just come
understand.
back.
Just
Give
come
us
back.
30 to 45 seconds of what happened.
We're gonna be back, damn it, because we're gonna give you a show tonight.
Hell
It just might take some damn work.
It's been too long.
We may cry a little, but it's okay.
We a little
Too
rusty.
long.
Everything a little rusty, damn it. But
That's why I say we don't need breaks like this.
baby, no.
Oh,
The damn everything, the equipment ain't working shit right. We just
sitting here.
came up in here and we just like, look, what you do the weekend? I don't know. What's next?
shit. Goddamn.
What's next?
I did
What we
shit.
do?
That's what I did. I'm minding my business.
I did nothing. I drank my water and mind my business.
Oh,
All
Lord.
weekend long.
See, look, we just got all kinds of stuff going on. I'm
Right.
just-
Shit.
I promise you, it is just listen.
We hope you enjoyed the back
Everywhere.
scenery.
Okay,
Right.
listen.
Your quick tutorial how the Miss O Show works.
Right, we just
Caught
going
behind the
backstage
scenes,
to the
okay?
stage.
We gave you guys some behind
You
the
learned
scenes.
something. You're welcome.
All right, so let's get into this topic, guys. So,
Absolutely.
cancel culture. What does that mean to you? Like, what do you when you hear the words cancel culture, what do you think about? Like, what does that mean to you?
That's a good question. To me, it just means it's a double-edged sword for me, because it means that people are being held accountable, for their actions. But on the other edge of the sword, it's like, how accountable? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So it's almost, I really don't know a way to describe it. Y'all probably do better with me than that. But to me, it just seems like, in essence, the point of it is to hold people accountable. So it's a way to hold public figures accountable for their actions.
Gotcha.
Put it like that.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
I agree. It's to hold people accountable for their actions, but as you said, it's twofold.
Yeah.
Some people are getting canceled for like really random stupid shit.
Absolutely.
And just because this one person may feel some kind of way, next thing you know, now everyone has this kind of
It's a bandwagon anger.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I think it's unnecessary, in that regard. But yeah, people just use it too much for the wrong shit.
Yeah, it's like a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree, and I just feel like I don't know if it's because it's we're able to see it so much more on
That's
social media and television or
Right.
whatever the case is, and maybe that's always been like that. I don't know, but it just seems so much more now. Like you just see like all the different things that's happened.
Yeah.
And like when one thing happens, like we can love this person,
Right.
and then one thing happens, and instantly everybody's like, I'm done with that person. I'm never buying their music. I'm never buying this. I'm never going to a show. I'm never, and we're just talking horribly about that person. You know what I mean? So
that's when they start digging.
Right.
Exactly. And so I think that I agree with you with cancel culture is like that. And I do think that it's holding people accountable. But I just feel like both of you guys said, it's like, okay, we're holding them accountable. But for some of them, especially the celebrities, I feel like the problem is that we already put them on a pedestal.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
that's the real problem.
That's the problem.
That's honestly the real problem.
That's the real
I think
problem.
that's what we needs to be attacked.
That's the real problem.
Yeah.
Because if we look at them like regular people like all of us, they're doing regular shit that regular people do.
Exactly.
And that's what makes me so mad, because it's always Lil Ray Ray and the gang on Facebook talking about, oh, well, why they do that? Because all this judging, knowing damn well when they out on the street, they acting their whole ass.
Exactly. If not 10 times worse.
Exactly. Or just be petty. And but then want to, everybody behind the keyboard is a saint and a lawful citizen that has never done anything wrong in their lives. And that's the part of it that bothers me.
It bothers me too, because it almost makes you think to yourself, like, do I even want to, as someone who's striving to maybe become an artist or someone who's striving to become successful, you're like, do I even want to? Because it's like once you get to a certain level and people start seeing you on that level, it's like it's almost like they're waiting for you to fuck up because they done put you on this level, and you didn't even ask to be put on that level, but they put you on this level, and now they're just waiting for you to do something to fuck up so they can be like, nah, I knew you shouldn't have been up there anyway. Go back down there.
But to be honest, we'll call it cancel culture for the sake of the conversation, but we do that to each other.
Yeah, 100%.
Everybody loves you till they don't.
Yeah.
And then it's like you can do all the right things, but if you do that one thing that hurts that one person, if they can state a good enough of a case, then all of a sudden everyone that's basically the premise of high school.
This is true.
We live in a big ass high school.
True. It is true. It is true.
I think the Me Too movement is what really kicked it off. For real.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I definitely see a lot going on with that. I just think a lot of the different movements kind of kicked it off. I think that even with that, it's so hard because it's like you don't want to just cancel someone. However, you also don't want to keep letting someone do some shit that they're doing to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally like, okay, at what point do you say, all right, you know what, your ass canceled because you've done X, Y, and Z so many different times, and now I'm ready to cancel you. So I think that if we could all say the same thing, we would basically be kind of saying that when it's done and there's not even like an opportunity, like it's instantly you done one thing or something like that, or maybe even two things or whatever, then you're completely canceled.
Right, cut off.
Then that's a problem.
Yeah, and
if you're a repeat offender, then
but sometimes it also depends on who the person is.
I agree.
Because if you are relevant enough to a certain demographic of people, it doesn't matter.
Yes, that's true.
For example, Donald Trump.
Oh God, right.
This man has repeated offenses, and then this is before his presidency. Wow. And then you have that man can go out and do whatever he has. But if you have the right set of people approving of what you do, you can do whatever the hell you want to do.
That's a great example.
And that's what makes me so mad about it, because you have this culture, and it's a good thing because it shows that people are becoming more aware of other people's feelings. People are becoming aware of social issues, which like the Me Too, that's great. But when it gets to the point where you're using it as a bullying tactic or using it as to shut out the people that you were, because like shutting out people that you didn't want to win in the first place.
That part.
That's where it comes, because if you notice, Black people, when we do something, it's like, oh, Jesus, oh my God. Because it's like what I tell people all the time is a lot of times people don't care who you actually are. They're just looking for confirmation of who they think you are.
That part.
And when they're like, oh, it's just another Black person. Oh, crap, he's actually doing well. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Let's get him out of here.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
And that's how it works. But then you have other people on the other side of the, the more beige spectrum that can go and do whatever they want and remain unchecked.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
just
agree.
don't like it.
I don't like it either, because I mean, I guess we do see it more when it comes down to celebrities because it's easy to see it, whether it's on social media, television or whatever, so we're able to see it more. But it does happen, like it happens all the time in our own community, and the things that we like cancel these celebrities out for is the same type of shit that people do on a regular
Every
basis
damn
all
day.
the
Probably
time,
live in your house,
all the
Or the
time.
people that sit there be typing just did
right?
it. That's why-
Yeah.
that's why I just and it's funny. It's funny at this point because people are hypersensitive.
Yeah,
I
that
feel like
part. Yeah.
and I like to respect everybody's backgrounds and experiences and everything, but at the same time, it's like people are people. Like you said, the real problem is putting them up on a pedestal, and people are looking at our opinions. We put more value on our opinions now because of social media, and we feel like if I don't like them, I need to let the world know I don't like them. And it just spirals.
Do you guys think that the need for validation has a lot to do with that?
Big part?
Yeah.
It's a big
For
part
sure.
because a lot of times people get validation from invalidating other people,
and
they feel like
can you repeat that one?
They get validation from invalidating other people, where they say, "Okay, I was the one," because you always see that one person that if a celebrity does something, they come back. I've been told you he was this and that, and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
and then social media has hyped people
That's
up to make people think they're more important than they are. But at the end of the day, no matter what your Facebook avatar is, we're all just a peg. In this tiny world.
That's right.
And people forget that now. People feel like, I have something to say and I need to say it because, come on, every time something happens, we get bombarded with think pieces.
Yes.
Puddle deep think pieces
all the time.
about what everybody feels. I don't care.
Like, totally.
To me, it's just passing judgment, on
Yeah.
people. And I do my best not to pass judgment. I'm pretty sure we all do it to a certain level, but that's all it is. You just pass a judgment and you just assume that this person should act like this.
Yeah. I agree.
So if it's one time or all the time, you expect this out of this person.
Because one of the conversations we had, I don't know if it was the last time we were on the show, we were talking about the whole Will Smith situation. I remember you saying, Nana, that, who are we to be all up in these people's businesses? And I know that because they decided, hey, I want to become a celebrity and they want to put it out there, that they kind of gave their right per se to be judged and talked about and all that kind of stuff. But still, it's like we are, instead of taking care of our own shit and talking about our own shit and working on our own shit, we are literally in someone else's life.
Get emotionally invested, and it's weird as hell to me.
Like literally in someone else's world, talking about, the reason why they did X, Y, and Z, and the reason why, to go back to what we're talking about tonight, the reason why we should cancel them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But imagine if, like you said, Pookie. Now, imagine if Ray was all up on Pookie's wife, and Ray smacked the shit out of him, knocked his fake teeth out and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it would be like he had it coming, and nobody wouldn't trip off of it. If anything, he gonna get extra points. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, everybody gonna be like, don't talk to Ray, woman, because Pookie smacking bitches' teeth out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't gonna cancel.
Situation escalated, and they're like, damn.
They're not gonna cancel it.
Another problem with that too is we also need to address respectability politics, where we feel like, he embarrassed us on them people's stage, where it's like, do you really think? Look how long it took that man to even get the damn Oscar. Everybody's like, they take his Oscar away. I'm like. Why is this the end of the world? You know what I mean? And I get it, but at the same time, we condemn our own people, just because we feel like they're going to embarrass us in front of the others, you know what I'm saying? And and a lot of times we condemn them hard, like you said with Lil Pookie. If Lil Pookie do it on, on K Street somewhere, that's just Lil Pookie and on K Street.
Right.
But if Will Smith do it at them people's award show, then it's like, my God, how dare you embarrass us?
And it also it's interesting that you said, I know we're like way off topic, but it's interesting that you said that, because I'm wondering what the impact would be if it wasn't Oscars and it was at
Source Awards.
the BET Source Awards or the BET Awards. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just like so curious that you mentioned that. Like, would it have been so different if it wasn't on those people's stage compared to like the BET Awards or the Soul Train Awards?
and contempt instead of just Will Smith.
Yeah,
It would
exactly.
have been like, oh, look at the BET Awards.
Look,
Right,
exactly.
yeah, that's some ghetto ratchet
Right.
stuff, and that's what happens on the BET
That's
Awards.
what they do. That's
and
what I'm saying.
they
People
do.
people are looking for confirmation, and this may be a transformation thing. That's why you should never ever care. Because
Yeah.
the cancel culture is a prime example why you should never care what anybody thinks about you.
That
Because
seriously.
9 times out of 10, they are
Seriously.
looking for a reason to not
Seriously.
like you for
Seriously.
various reasons that usually don't have nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And if you don't want to embarrass yourself, it has to be about, hey, you know what? I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to put myself in a situation that's
Right.
going to embarrass me. But
Yeah.
do not be like, I don't want to embarrass myself because I'm trying to put on for this group of people.
Yeah,
People
nah.
stay.
That part, I like that right there. No, I'm sorry. Like, no, just to say this, we're supposed to been on that goddamn
Yeah,
stage and all the
right.
stages. So
A
don't
long ass
seem
time
like
ago.
we gotta act like good people because
Yeah.
we on these people's
Nah.
stages. I'm just gonna say that part.
Yeah, I already know.
Be
I already
you.
know. Like,
Be
exactly.
true. Be you.
Text me, Sudan, so we can say what you want to say.
Look, he about to be able to like Kermit the Frog.
Right.
Do we got a mic? Do we have a mic that we can get Sudan?
Don't pull him a chair.
We gonna Sudan's got something to say,
You
and
got
we
something on
want.
his chest.
Oh, man, got something
There
to
we
say.
go. Sudan got something to say. What you got to say, Sudan?
Nah, my only problem is, like, we look at Bill Cosby, and I'm not forgiving him or excusing anything he did to those women. That was a horrible thing. But you got to look at all the positive. When I think of cancel culture, it's what he did here. Now we cancel out all the people he put through college, all the people that he influenced to go to college, all the positive things that the Cosby Show did, all the people that became doctors and lawyers because of the Cosby Show, and now we act like that didn't even happen. That's when I think of cancel culture, and the only problem I have is we do that on our people harder.
Yes.
Like George Washington is the father of the country. George Washington was a slave owner. And like up until recently, people even act like George Washington was a slave owner. And I forget what it is. I think out of the first 13 presidents, only John Quincy Adams and his son, the other Adams, those were the only two that didn't own slaves out of the first 13. And we look at the first 13 presidents and we're like, oh, well, and what we always say is, well, in that time, people owned slaves. Well, when Bill Cosby was slipping women a Mickey, in that time, that's what people did. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not giving them a pass.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, now they act like Bill Cosby didn't do positive things. And that's what cancel culture means to me, that we just cancel somebody. Like, I like bump and grind. I like R. Kelly. R. Kelly, he's still the R in R&B to me. Now, what he did with these girls, I think that's horrible. And I would never let R. Kelly go out with my daughter or even any woman in my family.
Right.
But I'm just saying, his music is one thing. He gave us I Believe I Can Fly,
Yeah.
and his acts are something else. But with cancel culture, your
Cancels
act
everything.
cancels everything you've ever done.
Yeah.
Can I drop the mic?
agree. You can drop the mic because that is so true. Like, yes, that is
Big ups to
definitely,
do that in the
definitely
house.
Too
true.
much to text.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely true. Shout out to our show photographer Sudan for that jewel right there. And it's true.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
true
it's
because I
definitely
mean,
true.
when you think about like the people that saying like the situation with Will Smith, and we keep bringing that up because that's like the most
The prime-
prevalent
yeah.
one that's happened. You know what I'm saying? The most recent. But it's like before this, when have we seen this man in the news doing some negative shit?
Yeah,
He always
and
was
then he's talking about that, and then the people before him who got an Oscar after doing
other
new acts
stuff.
and stuff that I didn't even know about until the Will Smith stuff happened. I'm not gonna lie, I
Listen.
didn't even know it happened until the Will Smith situation. I was like, so y'all telling me y'all gave these people after they did it, y'all gave him this,
After.
that's way
That's
worse.
what I'm saying.
And then stupid because they're like, oh, we're gonna pull him from Bad Boys 4. I said, do it if you want to. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Oh,
Who the hell's gonna watch it?
Which is
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. That's
So I'm like,
crazy.
so he's a bad person because he
Come on,
lost his
Mike Lowry.
temper.
That's
You know what I'm
ridiculous.
saying? And so, but that's the hard part, and that's what makes cancel culture so difficult to really fix, if you want to say,
Yeah.
because everyone has a different perspective and how they should deal with things. Because the question is, where is the balance?
Right.
Bill
Right,
Cosby,
there's
as
no
an
balance.
example, what he did was, it was horrendous. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I love the Cosbys and everything like that. But we have to do something. So what is that something?
And that's
the hard
that's
part.
what we're talking about. That line, that balance, that knowing when to hold somebody accountable and when to be like, okay, well, this person did one thing and this person acted out of emotion. The Bill Cosby situation, the R. Kelly situation, that wasn't acting out of like one situation.
Right,
Like,
that
you know what I'm
was-
saying?
that
That's
was
something
constant.
different.
Yeah,
that was
a
constant. That was like,
habitual.
so it is. It's finding that balance and knowing when to hold this person accountable. And then when you hold that person accountable, how? At what level?
And it's
you
hard.
know?
So for Bill Cosby and say R. Kelly, both of them deserve to go to prison.
Right.
Now, should you take away, as Sudan was saying, their body of work?
Yeah.
You shouldn't. The Cosby Show still should be able to come on TV. R. Kelly's records still should be able to be sold.
But I still feel like even with the R. Kelly situation, definitely, but with the Bill Cosby situation, like you got to hold all these people on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Like Bill Cosby in this situation he is, but there was so many others that was like that was from the different persuasion that was doing the same type of shit.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with anything that's involving a human perspective, because everyone is going to operate from whatever reality they exist in.
Yeah.
If you're coming from an entitled reality, then you're going to look at somebody like us doing something wrong and just say, oh, there's black people.
Right.
But if you look at my brother, it's like you say, like, think about all these cases, like the one boy that killed the family with his truck.
Yes.
And they said, oh, he's just been through so much and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
We see it all the time.
Yep.
And the sad reality is that's just the world that we live in, that we are going to get, held to a high standard. But like we said before, the worst part is we are doing it to our own people worse than they do.
That's the hard
That's
part.
the hard part that I just
part.
can't understand.
Yeah. So on that note, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are gonna have Dennis White with us. Okay.
Like a manifest.
Because I'm just trying to say, all these issues going on tonight. I'm gonna have to like, Dennis, where you at? So listen, do not go anywhere, guys. We see you on Facebook. Chime in, talk to us. We want to know your opinion on cancel culture. Have you experienced it? Do you know anything about it? Like, what is your thoughts on it as well? And also, if you want to talk to Dennis when he calls in, give us a call 301-232-5700. Do not go anywhere. You are live on the Miss O Show, and we will be right back.
It takes a lot of courage to admit that you need help. We could actually all use a little help and guidance sometimes to get our minds.
There's still argument about whether it is poetry or not.
Give me a whiskey straight.
Welcome back.
Hey!
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, 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 hey. We didn't get you a little
I
beat
did
for
it too
that.
much, right? Because that joint was off.
It was good to miss. I was trying to beatbox. I was like, let me show you going on.
Rusty.
It's been a minute.
We can't let you be out. We're gonna start.
She always trying to find you for something.
He got one job. He don't even have a segment anymore because he never does that shit.
I was wondering.
One job.
I was wondering what the segment was.
One job. His job is to goddamn bring us back and sing.
You would never work with Rita.
Sing, damn it! Like I told you to sing the damn song. I was singing that way. I ain't teach you that way.
that.
Damn it, give me some passion. I want some passion.
Some hardcore Leo shit right now. You gonna do it a certain way or no way?
Some passion. Give me some action, damn it.
We don't have that, so We whole ass and nothing
That's
at all.
right. That's right. Whole ass.
We gonna
Sing it with
fire
your
your
chest.
ass.
There we
We gonna
go.
be like, I got fired because I wasn't giving some passion. God damn it.
Passion from here on out.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's bring us back once again, Brian.
No, ain't no take backs.
Listen, so we have ready to come on to the Miss O show, Dennis White.
Show. What up, Dennis?
Yo. What's going on, y'all? How you doing?
How you
Good.
doing?
Oh, great. I'm doing great. Look like you guys having a lot of fun over there.
Man, listen,
Yeah,
we be having a
getting in it,
ball.
man. We getting in
Gotta
it.
do what we gotta do.
So no.
That's why you gotta be in studio, because I'm
I
telling you.
know I gotta come to the studio. You gotta invite me to the studio.
You gotta come to the studio because we
Definitely
be
pull up.
having a ball. But again, thank you so much for joining us. I know that we were supposed to been doing it a couple weeks ago, but we weren't able to. So I appreciate you for working with me to get it done, and we welcome you here with us on the Miss O show.
No doubt. Thank you for having me.
So are you on the East Coast, West Coast?
I'm on the East Coast right now.
Okay, so you're on the East Coast right now. All right. So tell the Miss O listeners a little bit about who you are, just for those people, you know, that may not know. That was under a rock or somewhere, because they should know who you are.
Well, my name is Dennis L.A. White. I'm an actor. My first big situation was I was a host at Fuse Television for several years. And then I did a movie called The Brave One with Jodie Foster. And then I played D.Roc in the Biggie movie, Notorious. And then I just been in movies. I've been in over 50 movies and TV shows, from Parenthood to Atlanta to The Closer to Secrets. I just been on my Grizzly.
This is you crazy.
Oh yeah, this is one where I get murked.
So we're gonna watch this real quick.
Oh, I've seen.
So, gonna use some radio here too. You the fuck by knife. Let me check you out later on, right? You know, neither one of us had our fathers around to teach us how to be men. We would just learn as we was going along. Maybe making it ain't just about the shit you do on stage.
You a philosopher now?
Man, I think everyone that's in the pen is a philosopher. But when you're on your back, laying on that cot, you spend a lot of time staring at the ceiling, looking for God, thinking about what's important. Keep making it, Chris. Look, this music shit you got going on, it don't come around every fucking day. When a motherfucker like you make it, we all make it. What if I don't make it? Listen, I told you how to get into the drug game. Now I'm telling you how to get the fuck out. You don't have a record deal? Then go out and get one. But you're not going back on the block. How you got the skills to do something? And not if I take this bid for your ass. So you're gonna make it. So I put my socks on first, motherfucker.
Yes,
for 20 years.
yes, I love that.
Come on, Derek, it's serious.
Yes.
I just want to know, how does it feel like looking back at all the different roles that you played?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I don't really think about the characters. I think about the stuff surrounding while we were filming and things that I was going through or happened while we were filming. Like with the first one with Jodie Foster, we was actually on a subway train in New York. And so they moved it, and I had a real blade, and I slipped and almost cut her across the neck.
Man.
So after that, you know, they gave me a rubber knife and everything. But
I would hope so.
man, you know, the lawsuit, it would have been, my career would have been done.
Yeah, real fast, real fast. Jodie Foster too. Yeah.
But that's like really crazy that they would even have a real knife. Like,
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to use it to see it, you know. So they had several. They had a rubber knife and they had a fake knife too. So it was a bunch of things that they had, but that particular one was crucial. And then when I think about with the Biggie, you know, those scenes, like I had a lace front high top fade. That was a lace front.
Are you serious?
Oh,
yeah.
Wait a minute, really?
So it took me like 2 or 3 hours every day to put it on. It was tedious.
Yeah, that is crazy. So
damn.
So that's what you take away from just the experience of getting into these characters and being on set and everything, more so than probably. Well, I know you gotta love the product that you put out.
I do. I mean, I'm a little. I don't know. I know a lot of actors are like this, but I don't really like to see myself on camera. You know, because I'm very critical. So I, you know, try not to think about, you know, like, man, I should have said it this way or things of that nature. But, you know, overall, it's a blessing to be working and to have a product out there that people really respect and love.
Definitely. Absolutely. Now, what made you get into acting?
You know what? As a kid, I always was doing plays and in theater and doing poetry, Black History Month. I would always, you know, would be spitting A Dream Deferred by Langston Hughes. You know, I was always involved in that and playing sports at the same time. So it was something that I was a natural at and that I pursued on my own. It wasn't so much that my parents forced me into it. It was something that I wanted to do on my own.
Wow.
What were some of the challenges that you faced getting into the industry?
Having people believe in you. You know, it's one thing to believe in yourself, but it's another thing to get people to believe in you and invest in you. I tell actors all the time, like, as an actor, you're an investment. They invest in your hair, your wardrobe, your makeup, your trailer, all the other stuff. They invest in and your payment. So you have to bring back good on that investment. So that was one of the biggest things. I've had a lot of situations where I had a lot of haters that I had to work with. And, you know, by the end of the time we filmed, they had to respect my grind, my hustle, and my dedication.
Period. Wow.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff.
You gonna respect. Put some respect on my name.
Listen.
Okay.
You know I'm D.Roc.
Okay. Put some respect on my name. But I do have a question because I mean, like, how was it playing D.Roc though? Because, you know, like, I'm for sure you wanted to make sure that you lived up to, you know, the real D.Roc, you know, and like everyone knows Biggie. Everyone loved Biggie, like such a huge presence in everyone's minds now and then and all that. How was it? Like, did you feel pressured to playing him? And was there ever a conversation with like the real D.Roc? Like, how did that go?
Oh, hell yeah, it was a lot of pressure. Because first of all, like, I didn't really know too much about him before, you know, I start, you know, auditioning for the role. And so when I did my research, I saw that he was a really serious dude. Like, he was heavy in the streets in Brooklyn. So so that was a challenge there, just to kind of make sure I embodied him. And a lot of people knew him, so I didn't want to let him down. And during the time we was filming, he was locked up. He was locked up for allegedly the whole Little Kim and Foxy Brown Hot 97 situation. And so I didn't get a chance to really speak to him. I had a lot of transcripts of him. And so what I did was I had homies that was locked up. So I went to go visit them and just kind of sat in there and just really soaked up all the energy. And Little C's was really instrumental in being like right next to me, just really like talking to me and keeping me abreast of, you know, how D.Roc did a lot of things. And I had the luxury of meeting some of his family members too. So they all gave me the stamp of approval. And so I met him like a couple days before the premiere. He was with Puff, and we was at a club in New York, and you know, I just happened to be there, and so we chopped it up, and you know, it's been a cool relationship. You know what I'm saying? I respect dude a lot. You know, I owe a lot to him. Real stand-up dude.
Nice. Did he give you any feedback on the road when he saw it? Did he?
Well, he was nervous. Like I ain't gonna front. Like when we went to the premiere, he was really nervous. But after that he really appreciated. Like, yo, you know, I appreciate you. You know, so that's all I wanted. You know, out of all the other people, that was the biggest thing. And like the first day of filming was really challenging because one of the producers, I'm not gonna put him on blast. I'm not gonna do that. But he whispered in my ear, like, "Yo, don't fuck up."
Oh my God,
Lord, that's the
pressure,
worst
pressure. Okay, like
yeah, for real.
That could be me. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
I know, right? Look, proceeds to fuck up. You know,
Like, why would you even put that in the atmosphere? Be like,
right?
you know what I mean?
Especially that's where I'm getting ready to go.
I'm not a sucker, so it made me really want to do more and really prove my worth. And you know, I get it. He didn't know me or whatever case may be. He had an affinity for Damien, but I wanted to make sure that I did my thing. So at the end of the shoot, he apologized and he like, I really appreciate you. So, you know, like I said, once again, this industry, you always got to prove yourself. It's not like, oh, you're great. It's like, what have you done for me lately? What's next? So you got to just stay focused on yourself and love yourself.
What was your real connection, you know, to Biggie? You know what I mean? And like when it came down to that role, did they, you know, put it out there and then you just decide to audition? Did you have like because you already was an actor? Did someone say, oh, I think you'd be good for this? Like, what made you get into that role? And part two of that question was like, what was your real connection to actually, you know, Biggie?
Well, for the first question, you know, it was rumors about it being produced, and you know, they had different scripts, and you know, and I didn't even like, honestly, like I was like, well, look, I know who's gonna probably be in there, Andre Harrell. Let me play Andre. You know what I'm saying? This is before I read a script or anything. You know, R.I.P. Andre Harrell. But I kicked it with him and was trying to put the bug in his ear, but you know, he wasn't even involved in it on that aspect. And so I knew the casting director, Wendy McKenzie. I auditioned for her for MTV project, which I didn't even get, but she kept me in mind. So I you know, I wasn't no bugaboo, but I would hit her up periodically, like, yo, let me know, blah blah blah. So I happened to run into her and Twinkie Bird at my acting coach Tracy Moore Marable's class. I just came through, and me and Twinkie got into it, like on some, you know, I'm really like fighting for an audition. So she gave me an audition, and I knew that it was something that like I had to bring my A game. And so, which I did, I guess, because I booked it, but it was a lot of, I had like 4 or 5 callbacks. It was intense, you know, but I knew, you know, what's for me was for me.
I love that. And I think that the biggest thing that you said through what you just said was that you never like stopped believing in yourself. You kept, you know what I mean? Like you believed in yourself and you kept pushing. You weren't a bugaboo, as you said, but you still believed in yourself and you didn't give up.
True indeed, yeah. And then to answer your second question, I only met Big one time. I went to college in Winston-Salem State University in North Carolina, and me and my homeboy, we went to North Carolina Central. They had their homecoming, and I snuck in, and and I'm chilling, and I know this other homeboy who was backstage. So he pulled me in backstage, and backstage is Big, Craig Mack.
Wow.
I think Little Kim was there too. The whole Junior Mafia was there. Bernie Mac was the host. Matt Lyon was on the ticket as well. So I'm backstage with them, just chilling. They teach me how to play CeeLo, and you know, I got in a little, you know, a chill with Big, and we chopped it up, and it was cool. You know, it was real. His energy was great. They wanted me to go back to the hotel with them, but you know, I had to be back, so I couldn't. I rode my homeboy, but it was like a night I'll never forget.
I mean,
hello. And the way he introduced me, he was like, "Oh, I only met him one time. Like we all just never meet him at all."
Right?
The whole crew down there.
Look, he didn't even have to flex on us like that, man.
I
know,
like,
man. I wish I could have been there.
So I'm gonna kind of go on off of O's question. How do you choose your role since you've been, you know, a lot of TV and movies. Like, how do you decide which role you're gonna go after?
The one with the bigger check.
Period.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm just playing. You know what? I choose my roles based off if I like the character, whether he's a bad character or a great character. If I understand his plight and I feel like it's something that I can expound upon. You know, I don't want to keep playing the same character the same way.
Right.
Yes.
You know, we're all typecasted in some capacity. So, you know, if I play a gangster role, every gangster is going to be different. If I play a detective role, they're all going to be different. I want to add different nuances to each character I play to expand my horizons.
Good stuff, man.
So speaking about that, I know we talked about Notorious, but you've also played character Kennedy in The Family Business. Tell us about Kennedy.
Man, Kennedy was fun. Most people don't know that The Family Business, we shot it as a movie initially. And BT came and liked it. And they said, well, let's make it into a series. So the first 4 episodes of season 1 was the movie chopped up. And then, you know, we shot more episodes. So Kennedy was cool. You know, it was a nice character. You know, I don't know who all saw everything, so I can't tell you everything because I want you to watch it. But a lot of stuff, well, most of the stuff that happened with Kennedy is in the book.
Oh,
so
wow.
You know, yeah, The Family Business is based off Carl Weber's series.
Oh,
So
I love Carl Weber.
it was based off. So a lot of stuff that happened, like in season 2, like the first episode, you know, Carl pulled me to the side, yo, D, this is gonna happen, bong, bong, bong. I'm like, okay. So just being around everybody, you know, a lot of people were friends of mine, like Darren Henson, and me and him go way back.
Yeah.
Just, you know, just a lot of people, man. I've been knowing a lot of people in the show for a long time. So it's definitely a family atmosphere on set.
Okay. And how is it different playing in a movie versus a TV show?
Well, in the movie, you know, it's definitive. You know what's gonna happen. You know how it's gonna end. So you're exhausting your energy for the end. In the TV series, you know, there's another week coming. So it's a buildup of certain things, a drawn out buildup. But in a movie, you know, you got an hour and a half, 2 hours to make it happen for yourself.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Like, sheesh.
I always wonder about this.
Yeah, definitely. So tonight we're talking about cancel culture. And of course, when it comes down to, you know, celebrities, you guys, you know, you're kind of like the first to go. I hate to say it, but do you ever, like, what is your thoughts on cancel culture? And do you ever, like, is there pressure with, okay, like, because you said you're just as good as your last performance. Do you ever, is there pressure with you as, like, making sure that, because I'm for sure people looked at you from Notorious and they were like, we know Dennis from Notorious. Is there pressure for you to make sure that you're living up to that, you know, character and that role that you played in Notorious? Do you fear of being canceled for, you know, maybe not being able to live up to that role?
Well, one of my real close friends is a guy by the name of Dave Chappelle. And Dave, his thing is, you can't cancel me.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Because you didn't make me. And so I feel the same way. I can't be canceled. You know, there's always, you know, avenues to do what I need to do. But as far as me living up to my character, it's funny because I get a lot of people who come up to me, a lot of hood dudes come up to me like, yo, what up? How you been, son? How the family, son? I'm like, I know these dudes don't know me, but they know my character. It's a testament to me really playing that character and them feeling connected to it, which is great. But you know, only people that I have responsible to live up to things is to my parents, my best friends, and God and myself. That's it.
Yes.
That's right there.
Yes, absolutely. Because they will be quick to cancel you over anything. And it's good you have Dave in your corner for that one because he is the epiphany.
Oh yeah.
I give a
Yeah. Exactly. He's like,
You
baby.
have no idea. He's deliberate with it. But it is also showing you that, you know, as long as you have willpower and you have talent, you believe in your talent, you can come back from anything. Look at Isaiah Washington. They tried to cancel him, and he came back. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. You know, it's a lot. It's funny because we give power to that cancel culture and everything.
Right.
Like, nah, man. You know, everybody make mistakes. Everybody has idiosyncrasies that are not great, but you know, we learn from it, and hopefully we get better. You know, and so I don't want to put too much energy into that and let those people who feel like they can cancel you have anything to do, because those are most of the people that have the Twitter fingers and have no life and just trying to destroy yours.
Okay. 100%. So with you, you know, has there ever been a situation where maybe you went out for a role, or just, you know, you being an actor, have you ever felt where someone said to you, oh, well, you can play this role or you might get this role, but I need you to, you know, do something that's outside of your character, or do something that you just don't feel right in your soul and your spirit, and you had to be like, nah, I'm good, I ain't doing that. Like, have you ever experienced any of that?
Oh yeah, a lot. You know, Hollywood is notorious for making you get out of your comfort zone and seeing how far they can take you. And there's certain characters and certain things that I won't do on film, or because I don't do it in my personal life, but I just won't do it on film. And it's okay for me to say no. And I tell my agents, like, I don't play these type of characters. And not a knock on people who do, but just for me, Dennis L.A. White, that's not what I want to be represented as. And I want the people who follow me to respect who I am as a man. So I just don't, there's certain characters I will not play.
Well, what about with the check though? I know you mentioned something about the check earlier.
I feel like if they give you a check big enough for you to do that, then there's a check big enough for you to do the opposite.
Yes.
Speaking of your following, what are some things that you want your following to always remember about you? Like, what is the impact that you want to make with them?
That I was a stand-up dude, and that I was honest and I was solid.
Period.
And so we, you know, this culture nowadays are trying to emasculate the black man. And so, you know, I want all my people that respect me and love me to know that I was a real black man.
I love that. I love that.
Standing my own too.
That's right.
And that's major, because I think the biggest thing is that, you know, teaching people that you don't have to sell out for the money, the coin, or even, you know, your craft and getting into the industry, whatever industry that may be. You know what I'm saying? Because being able to walk away and say that, and people see you that way and respect you in that manner, is, to me, the most important thing.
Well, it's only a sellout if you don't feel comfortable doing it.
Right, exactly.
Like, if I feel comfortable smoking crack, then if they want to pay me to pay a crackhead, that's fine. But if I don't feel comfortable doing it and they pay me more money to do it, I'm like, okay, then that's what I'm selling out.
100%. I agree. So we have a question here from one of our listeners. If young and black trying to get into the business, are New York and LA the only two hot spots, or is Atlanta on equal grounds?
Okay, so Atlanta is definitely on the foreground. There's a lot of stuff going on in Atlanta. The look is different in Atlanta compared to LA, and different than New York. Like, LA is different from New York. You know, I hate when everyone says, you know, Atlanta's new Black Hollywood. It's not. Black Hollywood is in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? It's a Black Hollywood out there. But I feel like, you know, if you want to get into this business, you know, you can't be big if little has you. So if you whatever town you in, you need to do every theater play there, every short film. You need to milk that city so that you've killed that city. And
Wow.
then go to a bigger city, but don't, can't get any work in your own city and then expect to be like a superstar in a major city.
Wow.
Right.
I love that.
quote
I
was
love that.
everything.
That quote was life. Like, oh my
Yeah, it
goodness.
was.
I might not remember it tomorrow, but I might ask you so I can post it.
If you feel the next transformation, mind your business.
Okay, like I'm gonna quote that bad one because that was fire. So you were also in Atlanta, 1 and 2, season 1 and 2. Tell us about that because that's my show. I love Atlanta. So tell us about that.
Man, Childish Gambino is a mad scientist. He's a genius, and it's just crazy working with him because you didn't really know. You never know what's going on. So you film and shoot, and you don't know how it's going to end up, and you see it on TV. Like, oh snap! I didn't even know. So I was in the episode that was that won the Emmy.
Wow.
BAN, and so I didn't know how it was going to come out. But it was really fun, and then I did an episode with Michael Vick in the next season, and so it's just a really nice atmosphere. So everyone is really cool, personable, and it's one of my favorite shows to be on and to watch as well.
Yeah.
So it seems, because I watch it as well, it seems like every episode is kind of random. I know there's a storyline. But it's always jumping here and there.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like he's smarter than us in the way he puts it together and what he's trying to say. One of my students is in the very first episode, so to see him, get that role was really good. But just to see the different aspects and really to sit back and say, "Oh, this is what he's talking about," and he's not. It's not overt like the last episode. It was like a take on the Black Lives Matter,
right?
And so it's just smart. And a lot of times, as with Black television, they want us to be goofy or gangster, but not smart and cool at the same time. And that's what that show is.
Then piggybacking off what you said when you said one of your students, you are an acting coach. How did you get into doing that? Like, what made you decide to become an acting coach?
I just was, I've been in a lot of capacities in the industry, starting back in New York, from being a stunt double. I was 50 Cent stunt double, Righteous Kill. I've been a stand-in. I've been, PA, direct. I've been did a lot of different things, and I gained a lot of knowledge. So I had a lot of actors coming to me and asking me questions I actually knew. So I was like, well, let me do a workshop and see. And it was sold out. I'm like, I got something here. So I've been teaching for like 11, 12 years.
Wow.
Just really teaching these actors how the business of being a working actor. Of course, how to get into character and how break down scripts and all the other stuff, but also what do you need to do to be a working actor to where you don't have a 9-to-5, you don't have a survival job. Like, how do you go from there? Because I mean, I ain't gonna front, like it was a struggle in the beginning. It was rough, but I learned the process.
I mean, like because this is the Miss O show, so we like to give these questions that's a little unorthodox, but I mean, to be honest, and a lot of us know this, when it comes down to our Black actors and actresses, we have to work 10 times harder than the white actors and actresses or whatever. Did you ever feel, was there a time when you were getting into the industry, did you ever feel like, damn, maybe this just isn't my, the way that I'm supposed to be going? Was there any time where you felt like defeated because, maybe there was roles that you had to work 10 times harder and you saw other people, just kind of going into those type of roles?
Never. There was no consolation prize for me. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I know it's hard work. You know, working when I worked at Fuse, it was corporate. You know, even though it was music television, and I was the only Black person on the network, and like maybe one or two other Black person even in the company.
Wow.
So a lot of stuff I had to fight for, and even the Black woman that was there, she wasn't even supportive. So I had to fight for a lot of things to make sure that I wasn't cooning on camera and that hip hop was represented. So it's always been an uphill battle, but that's something that as African American, you know that as a minority, you know that. So it's not a surprise. You know, we got to work twice as hard for anything in this country because it's not our country. So we have to understand that. And so when you know that, there's a peace that comes with it because you know how hard you work for it to get there. You know, you think about people like Tyler Perry. I mean, this dude was homeless.
Right.
Oprah Winfrey, she wasn't rich.
Nope.
She was poor as well, and she's a billionaire. She's a Billy. So
Samuel Jackson.
Man,
so if you want it, it's tangible. You don't have to work for it, but it's tangible.
Yes.
And I have a question that's kind of the opposite of what she just asked. What was your full circle moment? What was that moment that happened, you know, in your career or personal life where you realized I did it? I made it.
I don't think I've had that moment yet. I don't think I've had that. I don't think there's a superlative for me as far as, you know, I'm done. Because there's always something greater and always something bigger that I want to achieve. I'm content. I'm happy, but I'm not content.
Gotcha.
So, you know, there's moments where, you know, I appreciate the love that I get from a lot of people. You know, fans walk up to me in the craziest spots, and I'm like, yo, I take pictures of anybody. You ask me for a picture, I'll take a picture with you, whatever. Because it's an honor to have people want to appreciate your talent. But you know, I never has been in a situation where I'm like, I'm famous now. Like, I'm not here for the fame.
So you're one of those people that I love, that you fall in love with the process rather than the trophies.
100%.
And people like you are the people that, you know, they're going to make it long because you have to really love the process and love the journey. And sometimes the journey can be more rewarding than the awards. So
I mean, just look at the Oscars this year. You know, Samuel L. Jackson just got an honorary Oscar. He's been in more movies than anybody in the history of film.
Exactly. So, I mean, to say that he could have a long time ago felt defeated. You know what I'm saying? If he's just but he kept pressing forward. So, what's in store for you next? Like, what's going on? Like, what's in store for Dennis L.A. White? Can you give us some exclusives or something?
That's a loaded question. So, well, you know, of course, I'm still, you know, teaching my company. It's called Act Like You Know. It's actlikeyouKnow.org, you know, where I still teach actors, and I still teach. I still have students on roster that I teach and do on set projects. I just was an on-set coach for a new TV series called The Apartments, T.I.'s new series. We just finished this movie called Street Connected that I directed that we're putting out pretty soon. Should be out in a couple months. I have another movie coming out called Pros and Cons. That's coming out this year. A movie out of New York called Scam City that's coming out, I think, in October. And then a movie called Trap City that should be coming out, I think, the end of the summer. And I'm just still filming other projects. So, I mean, the grind never stops.
Hashtag booked and busy, okay?
It's a blessing.
Super busy. That is some serious blessings. That's some serious blessings. Can we expect to see you in the DMV at any point in time?
Man, I love the DMV. I I need to come up there soon. I'll definitely I definitely let you guys know. I used to live in DC, so you know. I lived
check us out.
I lived in the hood though. I was in the hood. I was in River Terrace near the shrimp boat off Benning Road.
River Terrace. No beast house.
That's why nothing fazed him.
Yeah, for real. Nah, but I'm always in DC though. I'm
Well,
always
we
in
love
DC.
Well, the next time you're in DC, we need you in here in the studio.
That's right.
Definitely. I'm doing a project with these incredible producers. Her name is Tressa Smallwood.
Yes.
Megamind Media.
I know her. I know Megaminds. Yes.
Yeah, so we shot Secrets there. We shot All In there, and I did another movie with them, Dear Best Friend. We shot that in Miami though, but I got 2 other projects I'm shooting with them this year. So I love DC. So I'll definitely let you know when I'm out there. We can definitely connect.
Oh,
Good
100%.
stuff.
And congratulations on all of that.
Yes,
I mean, it's so funny because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just us and our energy, but we always just have the dopest vibes. Like all of our guests just have this beautiful energy and their spirit
Clear
is so
perspective and sure of themselves.
100%. Like I just love it.
Came in and spit right on in.
I'm telling
I
you.
mean, look at you guys. I mean, when you turned on the camera, you guys, the energy was so high, and I felt it permeated through the screen. I'm like, I can't.
Well, we love it. Listen, it's Monday, so when we come up in here, we're gonna have we come up in here and we really try to pull everything we got to give a great show. Everything. But listen, make sure, is there a way that you can give out all your information so everybody can follow you? They can watch all your movies. They can know what you have coming up. You can just give all the Miss O listeners all your information so they can follow you and support.
Sure. Dennis L.A. White. That's on Instagram. You guys are like on top of it, yo. So yeah, on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, atlikeyouKnow.org if you're interested in taking classes, private coaching. That's where you can find me for everything. Follow me, I'll follow back.
Yes, we love it. Shout out to our engineer Brian. He be on it. Okay,
Brian is that dude.
I'm gonna give him love all day long. Okay. But no, again, thank you so much for coming on. Anything you have, whether it's your movies or anything that you have, make sure you send it to me and we're going to put it on there. We're going to put you out there. We're going to make sure that everybody knows that they can come out. If there's a premiere, anything, we support you. You are now family. And we just want to send you so much love and light. And we just truly, truly wish you so many blessings and love in your journey.
Thank you. I'm casting for a new movie next month. So I'll definitely let you know that. So your viewers, if they're actors, they can audition.
Please do.
Y'all see me in the movie.
Please do. I'm saying, if you see Miss O at the bar sipping on something sweet, just be like, whatever.
You need any
I don't know what. I got like something.
I'm saying, I did a little acting, some. So
I was the narrator in all the school plays.
So just hit up the Miss O show. We got you on some background stuff.
All right, that's what's up.
But again, thank you so very much, Dennis. And we truly, truly send you so much love and light. And we appreciate you for coming on. And again, much blessings and love.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for the vibe.
Thank you. Yes. Woo! Yes, we love it. Oh my God, that was so amazing. I tell you, we just have the best guests. Like every time our guests go off or when they're on,
to have a potential. So
seriously, when they are on, it is just like the vibe and the energy just be on top of it. Like we just be feeling it so on point. You take away something beyond just the interview. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can come on and talk about, oh, I do this, I do that, I do that. But when you can take away some type of gem that like resonates with your soul, your spirit, you're like, whoa.
He had a couple of jewels.
He really did. And so many of our guests have left us with that. So definitely shout out to Dennis L.A. White. Make sure that you follow him on all his platforms, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. And hey, if you're trying to be an actor, actress, hit him up. Look, actlikeyouKnow.org. There you go right there. ActlikeyouKnow.org. You get him on Facebook, Dennis L.A. White. That's his YouTube, Dennis L.A. White. And this is what we love. Keep the shit simple.
Right.
Instagram, Dennis L.A. White.
I can remember that.
Super simple. Okay. Keep it super simple.
I'm about to
Because
go
baby,
act
we will
like you
totally
know
be
this
forgetting.
right now.
Because I'm still trying to get BPTP
I'm about to say, all that shade. She got some shade.
We love our engineer, Brian. All right, so look, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap up the show with the rest of our topic, cancel culture. We're going to just wrap that up. We're going to talk about if they have any type of events coming up. And of course, we're going to give those show shout outs. And so make sure you do not go anywhere, guys. Thank you again. It is the Miss O Show, and we will be back right after this break. Shout out to Dennis L.A. White. Make sure you follow him.
Yes.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Okay, what way we giving him this time?
Lord. Right.
I'm
gonna get a tambourine.
I heard some. Yeah, we need a tambourine.
I'm about to cancel coach y'all. How about that?
Look, you heard what Dennis said. You can't cancel us.
Right, exactly.
We can overcome anything. What was the other quotable? You can't be big when you were little, something like that.
You can't be big if you little people.
He probably watching like.
I just said
it. Still little people.
Forgot it already.
For the next one, that Dennis said.
Okay, first of all, Boo Boo Kitty, Dennis said you can't be acting big if you got little people.
Little.
We jacking shit all up. Dennis, I need you to send me that quote, okay? Because we gotta get it right because we're gonna jack it all up.
Have the hashtag.
Look, because I can't wait to hear somebody with that. And then I'm gonna just walk off after. Okay. You can't be big when you still entertain a little. Whatever he said. Or whatever Dennis said.
And I said what he said. Period.
Ask him because he
Period.
wronged me. Matter of fact, he would have put me in his new movie.
Period.
You heard that, Dennis? She gonna put me.
God damn it. You don't know what you're talking about. Because what Dennis said
was.
Shout out to Dennis L.A. White. Damn it. Y'all better make sure y'all follow him and support him, okay? Because that is good.
Doing it.
People, y'all support all these other goddamn people out here doing this.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Good,
but
bro.
y'all better make sure that you support him, follow him, all that good stuff. You know, we have to.
He was definitely nice, man. Well,
He really was.
Like you always find the best guys.
Of course,
You
that's
always
because
find the best
you
guys.
know, like my
operates
energy.
on vibes.
I do. I operate off of vibes and energy. If your shit ain't right, you ain't just coming on the Miss O show. I'm sorry, because then I got a stage after I leave talking to your ass because I can't be taking on your energy while you in the show, and then I go home and stage myself because I just took on your negative energy. You don't need none of that type of vibes.
I be buying the stuff up myself.
Because even though
Time
Nana
I
makes
leave.
sure she gives us our good juju, I mean, you might come in here with some extra stuff that ain't is like gonna combat what she gave us.
Impenetrable
Okay,
energy.
Hell yeah.
and we just can't have that on a Monday. Because goddamn, it, y'all understand how hard it is coming in
We
here
set the
entertaining
tone.
y'all on a Monday.
Right.
Oh, you
we
got
set
them
the tone for y'all week.
Okay,
And you're
Like,
welcome by the
how
way.
you
we have a really big job. We set the pace
kind
and
of
the
a
tone
big deal.
of y'all whole week.
We're
Yes,
kind of a big
indeed.
deal.
Yes,
We really
indeed,
are.
Gotta put some respect on our name.
God
That's
damn
right.
it. That part, okay? Listen, so we're gonna finish up this topic, all right? Because it is 9:46.
So I'm gonna I just opened up another window, and the topic tonight is cancel culture.
It is.
So there's a picture of screenshot of Fox News. I think the time is 8:01 Central Time. Speaking about cancel culture,
Oh wow.
Snickers is removing the
Oh
beloved
gosh.
dick vein.
Wait, can you send that? I wish you could send that to Brian so he can put that on television.
Right.
You know the operative word
See if
there
you can
is
forward
beloved.
that. See if you can forward that
Right.
to Brian because we need to put
The
that on the
beloved.
screen so
I
you
mean,
guys can see
but
that.
for real, in all seriousness, a Snickers without the vein.
It's
seems
not a
poor.
Snicker.
It is
It's
not
not
a
a
Snickers
Snickers
anymore.
Like, how you gonna eat the Snickers without the vein?
Like,
it's gonna
First
be
of
a
all,
flat.
now
it's gonna be a
I'm
flat-ass
never gonna have a
Musketeer.
Snickers again.
That's
Now
what a
y'all
Musketeer
just made
so hold
Snickers
on.
dirty.
You trying to play in line so you never noticed the vein?
Right.
First of all, I didn't pay attention. I eat it
It's the
upside down.
signature thing.
goddamn.
And I'm just saying, who the hell decided that? Okay, first of all, so they must have had some nasty ass, dirty mind people that said, "Ooh, this Snicker vein look like a penis vein." Like it does.
Yeah,
100% it does.
I was one of them
agree.
people.
This dick.
It does. But I'm just saying, we thought that because we got dirty minds, and I'm for sure a lot of other people did too. But in a meeting, during a Snickers meeting, someone in that meeting, at this company said, "So I'm just kind of thinking." Listen, follow me now, guys. Don't cancel me. I'm just thinking that the Snickers bar kind of looks like a dick, and I'm just thinking just maybe we should take the veins out of the Snickers bar. Like, where the hell did this come from?
But
Like,
here's the funny part is because in those type of things, you usually have to bring references.
What's your email?
Yeah,
pictures,
Right.
graphs, stats.
right.
Brian, what's the email, Brian?
You have to right, exactly.
Yeah. So there had to be a whole well thought out presentation on why it had to go.
Exactly. I mean,
Is it a real article? Because it looks pretty
It is.
Photoshop.
Radio Network Studio at
and
Red
I'm
Radio
just kind
Network.
of like,
Well,
Hopefully.
and that is a good example of how sensitive we are getting.
and I don't like
Right,
that
it's
because
too much.
it's way too much. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
people are
it's just
very
way too
sensitive.
much.
I was having a full blown conversation, and y'all can tell me your opinion on this about someone that said that people should that they were saying that I think when you say things like "I love this for you,"
Oh my God, I
and
saw
people
that.
are saying,
I saw
"Oh my
that.
God, that's so shady." I'm
I
like,
saw
what?
that.
Like
I
in
saw
what
that.
universe?
And I also
Is
saw
that
one that you
ill-intent?
posted where someone said that and I love her to death.
Mm-hmm.
I do love her. I'm gonna put that out there. But I saw where someone said when
you see
when
it?
people say, "Oh, we got it." All right, here we go. So this is the whole Snickers vein
They are removing
Who was
the vein from the
Who's
Snickers.
I'm just see they're trying to
Ryan's
make it a
so
musketeer.
annoying. I can hear him in the back.
Right.
They're trying to make it into
A
like it's gonna be a
musketeer.
It's gonna be
musketeer or
basic.
something
It's
like
gonna
how
like a
you-
Dollar
it's gonna
Tree
be a
candy
whole
bar.
So,
like
so the
just
musketeer
a
is
chocolate
the,
bar. Here we go.
look at that.
Like what is that?
Nothing is safe
Who
now.
is going to eat that shit?
That doesn't look appetizing.
It don't look good. It does not
Yo,
look good.
the reason why I'm groaning is the person who's reporting this, if you can say. If for those of the network, just let you know, Chip Chat on Thursday nights. They comment about this sucker here of Tucker Carlson, who's the reporting of this, and he's the type of guy who would report this bullshit.
Seriously, like
It gives me that
I mean,
vibe.
first of all, that just fucks Snickers up. It don't look appealing anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the veins just did.
It made it look.
I will never eat a Snickers again. Y'all are making
I mean,
Snickers
and I
just
don't
a
even-
bad look right
First
now.
of all, I mean, like, yes, it does look like a vein, but when I ate a Snickers, I wasn't like, "Ooh, I'm gonna eat a Snickers because it's veins." It just didn't look like that shit, you know?
What if you
See,
drank too
here's
much?
my question: if this is real, why were they able to
First
put
of
the
all,
D
no.
word on Fox?
Okay. Oh, this is so true. First of all, you're absolutely right. Yes. Okay. Come through, Leo, with your spidey senses.
Yes, I got questions.
They ain't putting the D
I'm about to
word
come
on
back
Fox.
here with a Snickers next week. Hey!
I smell Photoshop. I smell Photoshop.
Yes,
Yeah, that
exactly.
gotta
I smell
be
Photoshop
photoshopped
too
all
because that
the
shit
way.
ain't right. They ain't gonna put no damn
Lord
D
have
word
mercy.
on the thing. But what we were talking about,
Talking about those email into the emails. I'm talking about. There's another post about
oh
that
right.
too.
So what we were talking about was and I love her to death, but it was when she said, I don't like when someone says keep going. Like when you're doing something, when you like say for example, like me, I'm into fitness. I love fitness. I might post a picture and be like, "Oh, I've lost 10 pounds," and somebody's like, "Oh, you look great, girl. Keep going." She said she didn't like that.
Yes.
And it was weird to me because I do say that, but I'm not saying it in
the premise she said was because it's basically. I guess the person can feel pressure to keep going past their comfort level. So maybe they just want to stop, but you're telling them to keep going. And in my opinion, is then just stop.
Right.
How we don't know. You know what I'm
We
saying?
don't know.
And
We don't
I've
know.
never said that with intent, like go till you can't anymore.
Right.
It's like no, keep that same energy. Keep
That's
going.
what it is.
Right.
Keep going
Like,
is keep the same energy. The next level of that does not have to be keep working out. The next level of that with keep going can mean, hey, now you
Find
worked
your
on your
next goal.
body.
Yeah.
Now work on your mind. Now
Yeah.
work
To
on your
inspire.
to inspire. Now
Yeah.
work on your
Yes.
house. Now work
Right.
on creating a
Yes.
whole environment that goes with what you're doing. It doesn't necessarily mean, all right, well, you lost 20 pounds, bitch, lose 50. It don't
Yeah.
mean that. It
Yeah.
just means
Right.
it just means
You can stand do 30 more.
Right.
right.
Yeah,
We
it's-
all
it's-
saying it.
Yes, and I think that's my beef with cancel culture.
Good.
I love holding people accountable, but at the same time, I feel like it also, sets the stage for overthinking.
I agree.
Right.
And
Right.
people,
Yes,
they
that
take
part.
things and
Yeah.
and people don't understand that people have different perspectives.
Yeah.
But, they have,
Yeah.
and a lot of times. I feel like stuff like that is almost like a projection. Like
One
you,
that
Yeah,
part,
that's all it is.
that's
it
what
really
she
all
is
it
that.
is.
It really is
And
that.
so
It's not even
I just-
almost. It
I
is
just-
that.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like at the end of the day, we are responsible for our triggers.
That's
Right.
it.
We
That's
know
it.
what led to
Woo,
that
girl.
trigger. We
Exactly.
know
This is
the
transpiration.
sequence of events that
Yeah.
happen. You are responsible for your
Mhm.
triggers. No
Mhm.
one is a victim. You are a survivor.
That's
Act
right.
like it.
Right.
That's
And
right.
my thing is when you
That's
are
right.
giving energy to what happened to you, you're forcing yourself to relive it. But at some
Right.
Yes.
point,
Right.
no one is ever truly healed. We never should go
No.
into being healed. But
'Cause
you
you-
have
it's
to
a-
learn
yep.
that people seek to be healed when you really just gotta learn to navigate.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
you
all it is.
navigate
Yeah.
If
all
that's
of
the
that
case,
shit.
everything's gonna piss you off.
That's right.
And I
everything.
literally see people
That's
where
right.
everything bothers them, everything pisses them off,
Yep.
and I just be like,
And if
Are
they
you
is-
okay?
is-
How
Yeah.
are you living right now?
And it's
Exactly.
true, because you might be like, oh, okay, well, this one trigger might been with my boyfriend, and hey, I figured that out with him. But then you might go around your girlfriend and she do something similar to it, and that shit sets you off, and you're ready to cuss her out. But you didn't cuss your boyfriend out because you healed from that situation. But different people bring out different things. But that is a you thing. It's not a them thing. And that's something
that's back to what you were saying earlier about the validation, because people want validation for that person to say, oh, well, I'm not going to say this because I'm acknowledging that what happened to you is messed up, which is great in a sense. But when you are forcing the people to tiptoe around feelings that they're unaware of, is not fair. So it's like at some point you have to say, okay, these are my non-negotiables. Let's take away the triggers. Let's add a non-negotiable. Here's the shit I will not put up with.
So our next show is going to be triggers.
Yes, seriously.
It's going to be triggers and it's going to be validation,
and
healing, and triggers, and that's going to be our next show, because I'm telling you, it needs to be talked about, because I mean, like, again, and this is not a woman situation, it's not a man situation, but I swear on everything, like going through my timeline and seeing the people that post shit, and I'm just like the entitlement and the shit that people feel like, oh well, he and she and da-da-da, but there's no accountability, and you're not recognizing any of the things that you need to work on and heal from, and just, you know, like it's just rough, because I feel like we've become a situation where we've put all of our shit on other people. Like, oh, well, the reason why I'm this way is because you did this to me. The reason why I act this way is because you made me act this way. No,
and there's no accountability. And if people force that accountability on everyone else but themselves, it's like, let me tell you why you're wrong. And you know, and they skip themselves.
Yeah, and like you got to be accountable for your
they're
shit.
entitled at that point. You know, like,
that's what I say. They use it as validation.
The only people that matter is yourself.
That's it. You know? That is it. You are responsible for your own shit. Do you understand me? I will repeat it. You are responsible for your own shit. The good, the bad, the ugly, the stinky, whatever. You are responsible for that. It is not your boyfriend, husband, wife, sister, brother, cousin. It is no one else's responsibility but your own.
And even the things that do happen to you that are bad, that are out of your control, you're not responsible for that, but you are responsible for the way you respond to it.
That part.
And what you keep and what you throw away. You're responsible for your recycling. That's what I say. You have the shit you keep, you have the shit you take away.
Because here's the kicker. You do not have to accept that shit.
You don't have to accept shit.
You don't have to accept it. You can easily say, that's not for me. Thank you very much. Poof.
And it's like what they say, it's not who you are, it's what you answer to. You know? And if you
can
just
tell
say
me all day long on me because she's blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, baby, that ain't who I am. So you can say what you want to say, but that's not who I identify with.
But the problem with that, what you just said, what people don't do with that requires self-awareness. Self-awareness takes work. The work entitled is basically you examining your shit, and nobody wants to do that because they would rather just put it on everybody else to make it their responsibility.
And on top of that, a lot of people do not know self-worth. They do not know who they are. So
without other people,
they allow other people to tell them who they are. If you allow through validation, through all of that approval, all that type of shit, if somebody else can say, hey, this is who you are, and you agree to that, and you sign off on that shit, then you're inviting that. And that means that anytime somebody decides to tell you who you are and you believe that shit, that's a hard life.
And a lot of times you responding is you answering to the name they called you.
That part.
And sometimes you just leave them to whatever. As somebody who was misunderstood all the damn time, I have to do exactly what you said and have the self-awareness to know who I am and know who I'm not. But we need a whole show on that one.
So that's what we're gonna do, guys, because I know y'all are really liking this topic. So that's what the next topic is going to be. Okay, guys. So just so you know, we are going to do a repeat next week. That is May the 2nd. But when we come back on May 9th, baby,
listen,
Miss O is working up on some good shit.
And I'm gonna have my
we got some good shit for May 9th.
I'm gonna bring my cord. We're gonna have a segment.
We got transpirations coming back on May 9th. We're gonna be talking about this triggers, validation, all that, approval.
And it's funny because it talks about it. I'm actually talking about something similar to that. So
we got all of that coming back May